no privacy where I am. As you can see, Winter Park, Florida is very overpopulated and it makes me very unhappy. I'm going to be moving probably in my car again soon. So you guys, I might take a hiatus, a break from this channel for a little bit because I can't live like this anymore. This was supposed to be a no talking Reiki session, but I've had to restart my videos like 6, 7, 8 times within the past 3 days because energy vampires, they just kept screaming and yelling over my videos, or making their dog bark over my videos, or slamming their doors over my videos. And it's just like, how am I supposed to get subscribers when they're going to be so noisy in the background and try to sabotage me? So you guys, I might have to move away for a while, which I don't know how I'm going to do this because my nerves, I'm an Agent Orange baby, to the point where my father, he had Agent Orange in him from the military. And you know, as you know, we all get a little card called a Social Security card, as well as they give us a government name when we're born and a birth certificate, to the point where they knew that I was the daughter of an Agent Orange military person. And the government, everything is simulated. Everything's a simulation. For instance, if you go out to Destination Parkway, there's drones in the sky. You can see the clouds. Sometimes they're crimson, pink, and orange, and sometimes they're just white clouds in a really perfectly, blue sky setup. But it's simulated. The government runs that shit out there, just like they run all the tourist attractions, and everything's set up to where you have to be in the matrix out there, okay? You have to be working. And then there's Jamaicans and Haitians that throw high magic and low magic, voodoo and hoodoo. I got attacked out there, and I also had my walk-in soul experience out there. So if you guys don't know, I also am a walk-in soul. I'm a medicine woman, okay? On my mother's side, my great-grandmother, Antonia, she was a revered doula and midwife, to where she delivered babies and she helped women during, before, and after childbirth, and she would make tinctures, elixirs, oils, use herbs, like from Mother Gaia, like this, and I have her gifts. But they're not revered in my family, My mother's an energy vampire reptilian, so I've been attacked for my gifts. She screamed at me and called me witch. She's partook in attacks with my sister to burn my face in front of my daughters, and then my sister only went away for 5 months to jail. And her son has been attacking me. My sister is a paranoid schizophrenic, and she calls herself bipolar, but she lies to everyone. And it's just a lot of stuff, to the point where I'm always constantly moving to an extended stay hotel or into my car from their attacks. And I've been traumatized, okay? Like, when people verbally abuse you every day and they manipulate people against you, and then they narcissistically abuse you, and then they hook into other people's psyches and manipulate their thoughts against you, to where, like, everything basically works against your favor, and, like, it's basically like, you have to fend for yourself. Like, your back is up against the wall versus theirs. You have to do what you have to do. And it's injustice after injustice, and they're energy vampires, to the point where I've had to just, like, have my own back for years and not have support, because unfortunately these people are very, very, very wicked in their souls. They've got gray, bleak auras, black hearts, okay, bad intentions, and you can't live around people with bad intentions because they'll ruin your life. Whether it's gossip, slander, which manifests as energy, a power of the tongue spell, right? Or the evil eye, which manifests as envy and jealousy and secret competition. I'm not in competition with anyone. I'm just trying to be better than I was yesterday. You know what I'm saying? So it's me against me. I am not one of those people who like to compete. I don't like playing games. I don't like small talk, and I don't like when people play around with me. I'm very real, I'm very raw, and I'm authentic. So I've had my own blood just siphon into me, try to, like, mess with my things. They try to turn my kids against me. They try to get my kids to go to their dads. They try to have me homeless on a stairwell. They try to have me homeless in a shelter. They try to have me homeless in my car, to the point where at this point, I'm trying so hard to survive. Once you get in survival mode, you go into fight or flight. You get out of rest and digest, and you go. To the point where I have Nate Jacobs, my nephew, my sister's first son, of his wicked father, basically running my dad's house, my father's house, and my mother's mind, to the point where I'm always moving out to hotels on, in my car, and trying to get away from these wicked people. Because once they start talking shit about you, and you can feel that energy, you know what I'm saying? You feel the wickedness. You could feel them, cursing you. It's curses and hexes and jinxes and thought form spells, to the point where they'll try to manifest things onto you and project it onto you. And I'm not with that. I'm not with that. Okay, so they lurk. They're energy vampire lurkers. They're lurking spirits and monitoring spirits. To where the mother, unfortunately, she is my sister, but she's not, because she burned my face with a cigarette. She has literally has been hooking into my energy for days, and I've literally been waiting for this to go to work, to the point where like they cut her hours or something, to where like she literally only goes to work like 3 days a week, and she's part-time because she lives off of a government check. To the point where she literally she's an Agent Orange baby as well. She's my dad's first child. So like, if you're an Agent Orange baby and your father or your mother or whoever was subjected to Agent Orange back in the military days, that affects you, to the point where the government, they know your name, they know your social security number, they know everyone's social security number. This is how they track us. Yes, there's targeted individuals as well as gang stalking. This all happened to me last year. The government knew about me. Okay, I've been very aware, I'm very awakened, plus I have psychic gifts, and it's very real, to the point where the energy vampires, they tried to loop around and try to get my kids taken from me, which didn't work. Okay, they tried to turn people against me. They tried to make me look bad because they were really bad inside, so they tried to project them onto me, and their thoughts and like their auras and everything, and I literally wasn't with it, and I defied and I beat all their attacks, and now they're mad. So I've lived on a stairwell, I lived in my car, I've tried to survive. I've had just a lot of things happen to me because of these people. They're wicked, and they're supposed to be my blood. Because my sister came and told me she was very wickedly jealous of me, and my nephew was always in secret competition with me. Nate Jacobs, that's his dog. He locks him in a cage all day and makes the poor animal suffer, to the point where I don't understand it. I don't understand why he even has an animal if he's going to do this to him. Okay. And he's going to be doing this throughout the video now, and I apologize. So if you guys have headphones in, please take them out. I had to stop my videos. I had to literally stop my videos for I don't know how many days. I had to delete 2 of my videos. I had to redo like 7 of my videos because his mother just kept fucking with me in energy, to where she was like going into my energy field, lurking, trying to listen to what I was saying in my videos and stand there the whole time. It was just so uncomfortable and just so sick, to the point where like I just felt so like an eerie, like gross, disgusting, sneaky, heavy energy, slithering snake energy. That's her energy. And I just was like, oh, this is disgusting energy. And I had to go into nature for like 2 weeks into the sunlight. And this is why I have a suntan. Like I didn't even mean to get dark, but I have been going into nature, retreating. I literally was eating like tangerines off trees. I know. Jujube, Chinese medicine fruit off of trees, to the point where I was surviving in the wild. It was wild for like the past 2 weeks. And like, of course, like I would come back and sleep here at night, but at night, that's when they're really noisy. And they'll slam doors, and they'll throw my fucking things in the pool or the lake, excuse my French. This is just how I express myself. And the landlord, who's my mother, she allows this. So this is the problem, is that she allows this, and she allows them to get away with their wickedness. She allows the puppy to, pee and poop on everything, and she doesn't say anything to them. This is all allowed, and it's so dysfunctional and just so far beyond like narcissistically sick, to the point where like I'm disgusted. It's disgusting energy. Okay, so I do lots of sage baths, lots of sage clearings, and I had his mother like really try to siphon my energy earlier and yesterday, all the way even on Friday. She literally was like trying to feed, because she's very depressed, she's very anxious, and she's got like a lot of psychological issues from the Agent Orange and just from trauma. From childhood trauma and things like this, to the point where she'll just take a pill and mask it, but she's very toxic, to where like she used to do drugs all the time and just like medicate with drugs all the time, And she would not know how to cope with it. Like, she was just a druggie. And no offense, if you're a druggie and you're getting help, okay, I applaud you. But if you're gonna keep doing that, you're gonna hurt people around you, okay? And I'm just gonna kind of look at you like a low life. I'm sorry, but it's the truth. Because I was attacked by druggies growing up. My ex-brother-in-law, my nephew's dad, he was a druggie. My sister was a druggie. And all of this shit was allowed. And, like, they were hurting, like, the household. They were hurting everyone in it. I was traumatized by the manipulation. They damaged my things. They tried to turn all my kids against me. They tried to get my baby taken against me. Like, they produced so many problems, obstacles, and blocks in my life to the point where I was literally homeless in the fucking, on the stairwell and in my car, to where it was, like, really affecting me. Nate Jacobs is back now. And so basically, this is why we cut cords, okay? This is what we do to get away from energy vampires, okay, and to defeat their attacks. So let's talk about Agent Orange, and let's talk about PTSD and trauma. Okay, so Agent Orange, it affected lots of soldiers in the Vietnam War. Okay, I'm a baby. I'm a third baby of my father. To where PTSD, so like for instance, you go through a traumatic event, a traumatic experience, you go through a series of them. Especially if you're like a daughter or a son of a Vietnam combat war veteran. And so what happens then is your body gets out of rest and digest mode and it goes into fight or flight. And if you hear, like, just say your neighbor hammering something or someone slamming a door or whatever, that could kind of trigger, a stimulation of flooding of memories to where you start panicking. And this could produce fight or flight, racing heartbeat, irritability, anger, just traumatic memories, and it's not fun. So like earlier, my neighbor, he was like hammering. He had like this guy over there hammering. And I was really calm in my energy. It was very serene, very tranquil. And all of a sudden I hear boom, boom, boom. And then I hear this really, really loud car, to where like, the muffler was like boom, 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 like pop, pop, pop. So like this kind of triggers sometimes, these will trigger memories, or they'll trigger like a panic state in you. It's not saying you're gonna, have a panic attack. Some people do if it's severe, but it triggers symptoms of ADHD or anxiety, or like an emotion or a mood swing connected to that trauma that you experienced. So you're just like, you know what I'm saying? And it's not fun. So like I kind of got triggered earlier by the hammering and then by this loud car. And I was like, okay, I really just don't need this today, because like I've really been trying to shed old trauma, you know what I'm saying? And like I've really just been trying to brush it off and just be really cool and just stay collected in my element. And then this started affecting me. So now I'm just like, okay, like let me just calm down, So this is why people like me exist, because we cut cords, we clear energy. Everything's energy. Everything's a simulation of something from the government, okay? And I was out on Destination Parkway and Universal Boulevard and John Young Parkway last year, to where, like, I don't know if I deleted this video or if maybe I said this earlier in the video, but everything's a simulation of something, to where, like, if you go out on Destination Parkway in between John Young Parkway and I Drive, it's actually in between John Young Parkway and Universal Boulevard, you'll see the skies out there, and it looks like a huge golf course, and then you see like I think like a Muslim temple across the lake, and then it's like near like a racetrack, a Holiday Inn, not a Sheraton, I always forget the name of this hotel, it's my favorite one, the Hamptons, and so basically you see the sky, and the sky is like beautiful. Sometimes it's like white clouds, beautiful blue, baby blue sky, and then sometimes it's like crimson, like it's like a orange pink, but there's plants, like there's like water, what is it called? Not retention plants, it's reclaimed water plants. And then there's like just different plants from the government set up in different spots of the city, to where there's one right across from that Muslim temple, right up the bridge after you pass, a racetrack. If you know this area, okay, it's like a racetrack and a Wawa, and then it's the Hampton, and then it's this old building, and then right here it's Holiday Inn, and you go up the bridge, and then you're going from John Young Parkway towards, you're on Destination Parkway, and you're going towards Universal Boulevard near Andretti Games, and then after that, it's a bunch of hotels like the Rosen on I Drive, and SeaWorld and Aquatica, and then it's like there's Universal out there, to where like, okay, the government officials, like they're all everywhere. They're everywhere, right? to the point where I was like walking from my car, okay, because I was like a victim of an attack, of several attacks out there. They called me the goddess of the plaza, the glitch in the matrix. They called me a lot of things. I don't care, because I survived it. I survived all their plots and plans, and to the point where on West Sand Lake, there's a plant. I don't know if it's an electric plant, and then if you keep going from West Sand Lake and John Young and then make a left, there's another. If you go past Shingle Creek, and if you go past like Commodity Circle, Extended Stay America, and you pass that big Chrysler Jeep Dodge, then you hook a left, then you're gonna go like kind of towards Universal Boulevard, past Shingle Creek, and then you're gonna see another racetrack, and then they have a nasty smelly water plant out there, and then they have another water plant across from that. If you go back, okay, either through Shingle Creek, because you could walk through a trail. There's a trailhead out there that me and my friend Jeremy used to walk, and you know, you go and there's another water plant out there. Okay, so the government, everything's a simulation is what I'm saying, to where like the government has everything set up to where they know what they put in your food, they know what they put in reclaimed water. I've said this in my past videos. Everyone was given a government name so they could track you, as well as a social security number. And if you were an Agent Orange baby, they're gonna know, you know, what type of spirit you are, what type of soul you are, what your purpose is, because they kind of create this, so it's a simulation, as well as they create a lot of destruction in the world. They're Alpha Draconians, the reptilians, okay? So they're gonna be putting like aborted baby parts in your food. They're gonna be putting poison, you know, in fast foods, to the point where like I was on the McDonald's, and I said this in past videos, on John Young Parkway and Sand Lake Road, and they were literally, it was the smell coming from the reclaimed water plants that was like in the sewer in the bathroom of the McDonald's. That same smell after you defecate and you literally digest your food and then you defecate it out of you, that same smell in those reclaimed water plants out there, whatever, they're putting that in the fast food. So do not eat the food, okay? And then this is just a PSA for everybody, to the point where like if you eat the food, you're gonna be archonically controlled, like almost like robotic, to where like you're gonna start having the same ideals, the same mindsets, and it's really disgusting, okay? Because this is what the government wants. They want to control the masses of people. It's called the New World Order, okay? And I speak out a lot about the New World Order. It's in the Matrix, you know, it's like when you walk and then you go see all the cars going to and from the 3 to 11s, you know, or their 9 to 5s or whatever, overnight, like 2 to 10. That's the Matrix. And people who are awakened and aware like me, the Matrix is very detrimental to us. It's detrimental to our bodies, our minds, our souls, everything. To the point where like, this is why I educate the masses on my videos. I cut cords because everything's energy. I defeated so many of these people's attacks to the point where like, you would think they're people, but there are these wicked spirits in bodies, okay, to the point where like they were like in the cops. I saw like these lizard spirits. They were reptilians. Some of them were Alpha Draconians, some of them were Alpha reptilians. They would seriously sit there and they would like literally laugh, okay? They would laugh and think everything was a game or a joke, and then they would try to like put me through more tests and act like I was a lab rat, to the point where like my psychic gifts, me being a goddess incarnate, were saving me. I was being saved by my own spiritual gifts. That my youngest nephew told everyone basically and swore under oath in court that I was crazy, to the point where I was like in a hospital for 5 days, and then I went to a hotel, and then I went to the plaza in my car, and I went to more hotels, and then I went to a bunch of hotels and lived out of hotels, which were really expensive, and I bought a car. So like, you know, you can imagine all the money that I ran through trying to survive. So right now I'm going to be doing some Reiki healing. We're going to be cleansing your aura. Okay. People just won't fucking care. They'll just care about themselves. They won't care about how they affect you. They won't care if they do bad things to you, if they steal your things, if they spread drama, rumors about you behind your back, treat you badly, as long as they're living fine. This is what I noticed about lots of mortals on Earth. This is why it's very hard for my soul to be on Earth, because it's very wicked here. There's no compassion. There's just lots of hatred, competition, greed. Everything's worried. Everything's based on money. To where like the Alpha Draconians and the Alpha Reptilians, they put the Matrix here so we could be controlled, and they could literally run the earth and be corruptive. They want workers working for them so they could live the high, vibing lifestyle and like riches and glory, and you know what I'm saying? Like, they're in political leaders, they're in churches, okay? They're your pastors, your priests at church. They're literally government officials. There's people at your son's schools doing this, whether it's guidance counselors, teachers, assistant principals, there's nurse practitioners, people in hospitals. I mean, they're everywhere, okay? So where like all they give about is themselves and their money, and the compassion and the heart went out of the place. This is what is really bad, because then there's people like me who are healers, and we feel everything, and we are super aware of every spirit and every body and every intention, and we're super awakened and we're evolved. So this is why I do all of this, because I try to make you guys super aware as well. Maybe you're asleep, you don't mean to be. Maybe you're in the Matrix, and maybe I can enlighten you about something that I went through, or something that I could spread my goddess knowledge or my goddess wisdom to you, and you could be like, wow, like I never thought about it like that, and like this is the truth. Like I've lived this. This is not just by the book. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the citrine, and we're going to take the tangerine aura, and we're going to put it in the palm of my hand. And then I want you to call your power back to you. I call all of my goddess birthright back to me, from energy drainers, energy suckers, reptilians, alpha draconians, energy vampires that they have siphoned and stole from me, that I subconsciously gave it away to. I call all of my energy, power, my destiny, my divine birthright, and what is mine, what is rightfully mine, my goddess energy, my divine birthright, and love, and money, and success, and good health, and good fortune. I call everything back to me, and what is rightfully mine will come back to me across all realms, all dimensions, all time frames, all past lives, all astral levels. And I call all my power back to me from energy vampires now. 3 times 3 times 3, as I will let some let it be. And this is going to, you have to really decree this out loud every single day. Now I want to call your energy back to you, and draw energetic boundaries. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to just kind of light a little bit of, because I'm feeling a really bad vibe right now, and I know where it's coming from, and it's just like I've been feeling this since I was 10. And I really just don't need to. I just like, it's something that like I outgrew, and I just don't, how you just don't need certain energies in your life. You just want peace, and then people just cause like destruction, or like if they think an ill will thought about you, you could pick up on it, you could feel it. And then it's like they try to cause like mass like problems or obstacles and blocks in your life, and then they try to like wish you bad things. This is kind of like, energy vampire stuff of like, alpha draconians, just wicked spirits, black hearts, gray bleak auras, just like nothingness, just like they're from the void. You know what I mean? Like they weren't created with a divine source light. They were not created with a light from the universe. They have no purpose. So you have to call your energy back to you. So now I want you to say, I call all of my divine energy back to me from people, places, things, alpha draconians, circumstances, alpha reptilians, and energy vampires who stole my energy and my power. I call my goddess or my god birthright back to me, and what they stole back to me, and what they wished against me in my life. I cancel, clear, and delete all obstacles, all delays, all forces cast against me from their thought forms. I reject their thought lines, their thought forms, their delusions of energy. I reject their baneful magic. I reject their spells, their hexes, their curses, and everything they wish against me in my life. In the name of Sun God Ra, in the name of Goddess Hathor, in the name of Goddess Inanna, in the name of Goddess Mayat, 3 times 3 times 3, across all realms, all time frames, all dimensions, all lifetimes, by the power of the 4 directions. And so it is. So let it be. Okay, so you have to stand tall in your energy, and you have to always stand in your truth, spread your light and your life's purpose. And if you're lucky and you're a healer, you're being called now to stand up, call your power back to you, stand in your power, and the year of the horse is going to allow you to go into your power, and you're going to be blessed, whether it's from the ethereal fairies. Yes, there are fairy spirits around. They're called nature elementals, okay? There's elven spirits, there's gnome spirits, there's tree spirits, there's a spirit in every single thing Mama Gaia has created. There's even the spirit in the sun. Okay, there's spirit in crystals, the rocks, there's spirit in the air element, there's spirit in water element, and so on and so forth. Okay, so we're going to use these, and we're going to use these to our advantage, and we're going to heal. And so what we do is, as we go to nature, we cleanse with water, right? Water will cleanse us. It is the ebb and flow of everything, okay? Our physical vessels are made up of water. And then, you know, sometimes we need to transform. So then we go on to the air. The air element is super important. You could ask air dragons to blow away issues that, you know, parasite spirits or alpha draconians or reptilians or any type of energy vampire try to wish on you, because they're very thought form. They're very slithery, like Slytherin energy, like sneakish. It could be anger, it could be hostility. It could not be your energy. Remember, it's not your energy. This is energy that you're picking up on from external forces that's trying to be used against you, to the point where you have to call your power and your energy back. Remember, it's never your energy. It's always, usually, not always, but it's usually energy from other sources wishing against your life, to the point where, you know, you could be a starseed incarnate, an angelic incarnate, a god or a goddess incarnate, and then unfortunately you'll come across alpha draconian who's just wicked. They don't have any life force to them. They have to take from you. They don't have any type of happiness, no love, no comfort within them. So what they do is they attach to you. And then how they do this is they take their energy cord and then they put it into you, and then they basically try to switch off your energies and kind of do a destiny swap, to where they give you anger and frustration, their negative emotions, and then they're taking your positive light and your love inside of you, to where they're using that for now their productivity, their regular energy to do whatever the fuck they do. And then you're left feeling drained, depleted. You're left feeling frustrated, or, you know, angst. Maybe you picked up the person's rage because, you know, you're an empath, or you're spiritually adept to where you could read fucking energy, like, you know what I'm saying? Because you're gifted like that, like me. We're just very gifted, to where my gifts helped me defy what they did to me in the plaza. They helped me beat all of the ploys and the plots that, you know, a lot of alpha draconians and reptilians tried to do to me. So where I heard a reptilian say, oh, she's sharp. She knows exactly what we're doing, and she's beat every single attack. And she admitted this. Okay, so it was a lot that I had to go through. So for me to stand here today, be breathing, and to be telling you, okay, look, they use aborted baby parts. You know, they put this in the pink slime in your McDonald's burgers. You know what I'm saying? Or your Chipotle meat. They do. The immigrants that were just getting killed, that was on the news or whatever, that, you know, Trump was talking about, they're killing immigrants. They were using parts from the immigrants, and even abductions. That's been going on forever, whether it's from adults or from children, and they're using that, and they're putting that into plastics and things that you're like water bottles, and it's disgusting, you know, disgusting energy. So that's why I'm a healer, and I take this out of you. I cut and I pull, and, you know, everything is energy, a thought, a word. Okay, you can go out, and unfortunately there's going to be people who are going to be very jealous of you, whether, you know, if they see something that you have that they don't, or if they notice your spirit and you're beautiful and you're light, or you have lots of love in you, or maybe they see you being loved by someone and they're jealous because, you know, they don't have that true, genuine, authentic love, whether it's in themselves, or, like, you know, if you're with your husband, so where they start wishing these bad things on you. And it's not cool, because, you know, everything happens in cycles, and that usually means that you have a lot of healing to do before the divine kind of gives you your blessing. Okay, so remember, rejection is just the divine's protection and the divine's redirection. It's something that I had to learn the hard way, but I learned it. And as long as you're learning every day, and as long as you're, you know, trying to evolve and just really rise above all the adversaries, and just trying to really grow and just, you know, be a better version of yourself, that's all that matters. It doesn't matter what someone says about you, or how they feel about you, or what they do to you. As long as you're trying every single day and you're trying to, improve, and you're trying to, live and be a better version of yourself than you were, whether it was yesterday or 20 years ago, that's all that matters. Self-improvement. Okay? So I feel like this is the message today. It's a really good message. Okay. And the sun's out, which is a blessing, because I thought it was going to be raining today, but it's sunny. Sun God Ra decided to come out. So when I'm around energy vampires, sometimes their energies are so sharp, it's like to where it makes me anxious. To where I have to get out my organites, and I have to get out my scissors and my feathers and my selenite rods and, my labradorites and my crystals and my herbs, and I have to like heal myself and get me back to my calm and center, and then heal you guys too, like I do. And if anyone needs a session, or if they need me to read for them, because I read tarot and I read cards, they're just a tool. I don't need them to read per se necessarily at all. I'm an inner lie detector, to where let's just do some cards. Getting attacked by energy vampires for the past I don't know how many days, and I was so sick of it. I had to retreat in nature. So this is from my universal, what is this called? Waits tarot deck. We're gonna just pull some cards for the collective today. I really hate being in this environment, but it's my dad's house. He bought this house for, me, my brother, my mom, and unfortunately my sister, who's very wrecked. She's wrecked from lots of drug use, and the drugs altered chemicals in her brain to the point where she's not the same person, and she's very detrimental, and she's very just mentally sick, and she's very like superficial, and like I can't like live like that. Like I was trying to repair things with her after she burned my face, after she told my mother all these things about me, and like tried to like literally like she told me she was jealous of me. She told me she was in like basically secret competition with me, to the point where like she tried to sleep with my twin flame, tried to wish against my fucking relationship with him, and do a bunch of shit, to the point where I literally was like, I can't do this anymore. And she did so much more. So what we're gonna do is like they'll literally have swords in your back, and they'll try to plot and like really. And then so like I was trying to repair my relationship, but there is no relationship to repair. That's not even my sister anymore. I really don't know what type of spirit that is in her, but she's not a sister to me. So where like, she put her cigarette in my face. She's burned me with oven pans. She's thrown knives like near my daughter's heads. She's done a lot of fucking detrimental things, and then she'd use her illness as a crutch and like as an excuse to be like, oh well, I was on meth that day. She was on meth, or she will use things and just like covertly, sneakily manipulate, whether it's a cop or my mother, and to the point where I'm just disgusted. Like it's just disgusting energy. And then it's just like she told me she was jealous of me a long time ago, and it was just like, wow, like I thought you were gonna be like on the same team, like a supporter, but she wasn't. When someone's jealous of you, they're gonna do everything they can to steal what's yours, or wish against what you have, or just wreck your life, or create obstacles and problems and blocks in your path. So for the collective, I have King of Wands. Okay, so Wands is fire energy, and this means that divine masculine is going to come in. Also, this means if you're not a twin flame, because this is for some 144 twin flames, this also could mean, and I have another vampire just sucking into my energy, and sometimes it's just so fucking annoying. So the point where it's like, just don't worry about my life, like worry about your own fucking life and your career or whatever you do. Don't worry about me, but this person always goes into my energy field. Anyways, the King of Wands, even if you're a divine feminine or you're a feminine energy, so you have to go into your divine masculine energy, you have to go and get yours, whether it's like your coins or you have to make something happen, you got to be assertive. It's time for you to go into that assertion and create your life how you want to, and manifest your life how you want it to be. And it's a transformation. On the bottom of the deck, I got death. So death means transformation. It doesn't usually necessarily mean death. It could in very rare specific cases, but we're not reading for a rare specific case. This is a general read for the collective. So after the King of Wands, you're going to go through another soul transformation to where you're going to have to heal. You're going to have to really take time to, you know, nurture yourself, take care of yourself, eat well. When you eat better, you feel better. Exercise, focus on you, you know, go inward, do some introspection, journal, create boundaries so other people don't have access to your energy. Create energetic boundaries to where, like, even if you have to fucking go and retreat and go to the beach alone, go to the beach alone. There's nothing wrong with having solitude and, you know, intellectualism. Contracts, okay, so right now you could be signing contracts on houses, you could be signing a work contract, you could be creating a business contract with others. Some of you could be getting your dream jobs, or you could be transitioning from that death card. This follows the death card, transitioning into your career path that you've always wanted to, or maybe you're creating your career path. And then on the bottom of the deck, again, I have the Page of Cups, to where there's somebody watching you, and he could be a Cancer, Pisces, or a Scorpio. So pages, they usually watch, you know, or they have lots of water in their chart, even if they're like a fire, like a sun fire. Like, I mean, like, when I say sun fire, I mean like your astrological, like my sun, you know, would be, well, the walk-in soul would be air, I would be a Taurus, Gemini. But you know what I'm saying, the old person who had, she's not old, but like, okay, the spirit who inhabited this body before me, because I'm a walk-in soul, she was a Cancer, so she was a water, but she's gone now. Me, I'm on the cusp of Taurus and Gemini, so even if your sun sign is in Taurus or Gemini, the person that could be watching you, they could be watching you on social media, they could have a lot of water in their chart, or their direct sun sign could be a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. You could be getting letters, they could be writing you, they could be DMing you, they could be texting you, they could be handwriting you a letter. Even if someone's in jail, they could be writing you a letter from jail, okay? So this is just a general read for the collective. And then you're going to be focusing on your coins. So we have the Seven of Pentacles. The Pentacles is, you know, Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo, the earth signs, to the point where Earth, Mother Earth, is about abundance, and your coins, stability, connected to that root chakra, just very grounding, security, and so on and so forth. Interpersonal relationships, romantic relationships, maybe you and your significant other are focusing on growing your coins together and building a life together. So that is the energetic collective read of today. I hope you guys enjoyed the session. I hope that you guys, you know, gained a lot of wisdom. I'm really glad that I got to cut cords today for you. I've had to restart my videos so many times because, like, the main energy vampire lurker, or Shkigo, was around me and was like, just like hooking into my energy. She literally was just hooking into it, and then she just kept like lurking, like trying to listen to what I was saying in my videos, and it was just really uncomfortable. And like, you know how you feel somebody just really focused on you, and it's like they're so focused on you, and then it's like you would, if you're spiritually adept like me and you have spiritual gifts, you could really pick up on their thoughts. So like whatever she was thinking, I'm very telepathic, I was picking up on these awful things she was thinking about me, and I was like, no dude, keep your energy fucking over there. This is my energy, and I have to just protect my energy like that. So now we're going to call and create energetic boundaries around us. So I'm going to be taking some Chevron Amethyst here. Okay, so I call my energetic boundaries and draw energetic boundaries around me. My aura is protected. I call my auric energy around me, and then we're going to call our animal spirit guides in. Animal spirit guide Hawk, animal spirit guide Cardinal, animal spirit guide Rainbow Bird, animal spirit guide Red Canary, animal spirit guide Owl, animal spirit guide Snake, animal spirit guide Dragonfly, animal spirit guide Black Panther, animal spirit guide Lion, animal spirit guide Cat, animal spirit guide Horse, animal spirit guide Dolphin, mammal spirit guide Seal, mammal spirit guide Walrus. I call upon all the spirit guides now, my animal guardian guides, to protect me, protect my energy, protect my aura, protect my meridians and my chakras. And I call all my power and my goddess birthright and my goddess energy and my god power, my god energy back to me 3 times 3 times 3 across all realms, all dimensions, all lifetimes, all past life, current lives, and so it is. So I just want to do a little bit more cord cutting because I just feel like there's lots of monitoring spirits, lots of spirits in bodies, like immortals, who are really focused on us awakened ones. And they don't always have the best intentions for us. So I just want to cut away their nasty negative energies for us, because they will have nasty energies that we don't need. That's not our responsibility to carry their burdens. It's not our responsibility to feed them our energy. It's not your responsibility to feed anyone your energy. Your energy is your divine birthright. It is your power. I'm a very strong goddess incarnate, okay? I'm very strong. I will spread my strength and my goddess incarnate energy to you guys in my sessions. If you guys need a reading, a personal reading on your love life, on your life purpose, your career path, maybe a life transition, like a huge move, questions, past, present, future, a past life reading, an aura reading, a chakra balancing reading, I am your woman, and just email me. I'm going to put my email in the description box below. I'm a Reiki master teacher and use Sai Reiki, and I'm a Reiki master in Fire Reiki, certified both in 2019 and 2026. I'm going to be cutting these cords. I see lots of cords in you guys' meridians of your body, and I see lots of cords, very gray, slimy, noodly cords in your chakras, like leaks. And I'm going to be sealing those right up for you guys after this cord cutting. It's an aggressive cord cutting. Healing can be tricky, you know, it doesn't feel good. It's painful. You have to feel the pain in order to heal and process your emotions so you can move past this, okay? And so you can really vibe up and lock in and really just, you know, move forward. This taps away parasite spirits connected to energy vampires, reptilians, and alpha draconians. As well, I'm going to do some snapping now for your aura. This pushes that negative, slothy snake energy, whether it's reptilian, alpha draconian, energy vampire energy, away from you. Remember, it's not your job to feed the vampires. It's not your job to feed them anything. It's your job to make sure you're all right, and make sure you're taken care of, and make sure your mental health is right, and make sure you're stable. Whether it's in, you know, your mental health or your physical health, you need to make sure you're right. So now I'm going to take this tiger's iron, and I'm going to put some rune protective symbols in the ankh around your aura. And we're going to seal up these leaks. And I'll put some fire Reiki symbols in you. And put Rado in you as a protective rune. Okay, you guys, I hope you enjoyed the session. If you need me, I'm here. Email me, and I'm open to receiving cash app donations for my energy work, my healing work, my shamaness energy work, and my goddess incarnate, you know, my goddess knowledge and my goddess wisdom. I love you guys. Have a blessed Sunday. Remember the sun god Ra. Rest, release, go back into rest and digest, and so it is.